I want to dedicate this video to that special group out there that often gets misunderstood. That group that never truly gets heard from because the shackles of oppression have made them feel like no one cares about what they have to deal with and go through on a day-to-day basis. That group no one truly understands because when they tell their story, they are often ignored and made fun of. Of course, I'm talking about the cisgendered men, because in a world that's filled with all these moments in time that make you feel less than, it is important to represent and respect all groups that try their hardest to be understood in a world that often misunderstands them. And I think there's no greater example of misunderstanding an entire group of people than this.
We do not hate men. We do not hate people that were assigned male at birth. We hate cisgender men. And I will tell you why. Gender and sex are both social constructs. People think that sex is an immutable fact, right? That gender is based on sex. Obviously, we know better because we're trans, right? But what really is the basis of sex? I'll tell you. The categories of sex are based on gender. Gender is the division of reproductive labor. This is why, even though the categories of sex are not uniform, they're still assigned based on reproductive capabilities or expected reproductive capabilities. So when we say we hate cisgender men, it's because the assignment of sex is a coercive act. They assign us based on our ability to reproduce and our roles in reproduction. So when they assign people as male, they are literally assigning them to breed us. That's it. That's their role. That's what it means when they identify as a cis man. It means they see themselves as breeders that get to just do whatever they want to our bodies, to take from us, to force us to bear children. That's really what it means. And I know you don't want to hear this. I know everybody doesn't want to hear this. But this is why I say that I love trans women. I love non-binary people that are assigned male at birth. And especially, obviously, I love trans masculine people and trans men. Because by rejecting the roles assigned to us, we are destroying patriarchy because we are destroying gender, which is the basis of patriarchy. So when I say I hate cis men, that's why. It's because they're identifying with that role. Every single cis man, by identifying as a cis man, is identifying as a rapist.
I, for one, am slightly confused on the rhetoric of all cisgendered men being programmed to think about nothing else but breeding. Sure, that's a kink that a lot of people get behind, and it leads to some very fanatical types of films that go out into the world, but every straight or cis man does not think about this. Some of them think about growing a beard. Some of them think about their finances. Some of them think about how they're going to be happy. Some of them want to overcome their depression. They're not thinking all the time about breeding women. And when you sit there and say, oh my God, this is why I love trans women, they're not exempt from your weird rhetoric either. Trans woman is charged with threatening to copy Nashville school shooting and of Christian girls in bathrooms after cops intercepted sick live stream of them saying, I'm gonna f them until they're dead. A trans-identified male has been charged with stabbing a Syrian national at refugee shelter and was arrested after calling the police to report he was misgendered. Transgender has been arrested 15 months after exposing herself to women and girls at the Wee Spa in LA. And the fact that you cap it by just framing all cisgendered men as if they're programmed to end up being makes me think, oh, so you're fine with a bunch of people using your neurodivergent, atypical transgender beings, and the moments where they're shooting up schools, they're planning to shoot up schools, or they're just violating somebody's body, someone could come in and say, you know, all those transgenders, that trans terrorism is something that everyone who is trans tends to be programmed to do because they're indoctrinated by the wrinkles of Joe Biden, etc., etc. This stupid level of thinking puts us in a bind blind to where no one truly wants to understand one another. They just want to go on Reddit and think, oh my God, I just want a safe space where I could spew hate towards a bunch of other people, and it could be perfectly fine that I do it, but if they do it against me, it's a sin, and how dare you treat me like this? It's a form of ism or phobic, and how dare you treat me like this because I am sensitive, but I can hate on you. You just can't hate on me. It's fucking stupid. And the fact that you felt so confident and bold to say something that dumb really makes me scared, because there are levels upon levels of generalizing that everyone plays a part in, me included, that has to stop. It's easy to spot a clear 1% of people that do a stupid thing. Labeling everybody like that is disastrous. The only people you should be calling sycophants, rapists, criminals are the ones that do it, or the ones that see it and condone it and cheer it on, because insert stupid ass reason here, because those people are just this fucking stupid. But the way we go about actually trying to want to talk about other people, and we want to lump in everyone with something that has nothing to do with them, is fucking stupid. It's a disastrous way of thinking that leads people to think, oh, well, all cisgenders are programmed to be No, you fucking idiot. You just probably had a bad experience reading about somebody else's story on Twitter, and you wanted to blame everybody else. You fucking suck, and you're just a terrible human being. If I was actually supposed to co-opt this stupid logic, every black person's a criminal, every white person is having sex with their children, every Catholic priest really loves little boys in the way that they're not supposed to, and teachers are just teachers trying to put a ruler up somebody's ass. This is not how we go about navigating good from bad. This is not how we go about navigating who's actually a problem versus our weird groupthink because we got trauma dumped on in 2006 and we never recovered from it. I'm gonna need more people who have issues with actual criminals to not generalize everybody else, me included, because I'm subject to scrutiny when it comes to that, and I'm getting a little bit better at that because my aim is to make fun of the criminals and any dumb motherfucker that supports them. And if you're in either one of those categories, fuck you and the way you operate in life. And if you're not one of those people, well, I think you should subscribe to the channel, because on a routine daily basis, except for Sunday, I spend my time making fun of stupid people and the things they say and the stupid things that they do. And I'm almost at 300,000 subscribers, so I want to try to get the ball rolling to indoctrinate more people into understanding that while you may be a stupid individual, you're not as dumb as the motherfuckers who exist on this planet who think everyone of a certain group is nothing more than a rapist. And to wrap this up, I would just like to say, my poor disenfranchised cisgendered men, I hope at some point you find a woman and you love her and you cherish her and you give her all the respect necessary. And I hope she loves and cherishes you and gives you the respect necessary, because as I understand it, a lot of cisgender men don't know where the clitoris is. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.